Rakesh Gupta, manager in a garment factory in Ludhiana, came to Ghaziabad 6 years ago after changing his job. Then he started looking for 2 BHK on rent for around 10,000 to 12,000 rupees. At the time, his friend asked him to consider buying a small house instead of taking one on rent. On friend suggestions, Rakesh bought 1 BHK builder flat for 14 lakh rupees in Ghaziabad. He gave 2 lakh rupees as cash and took a loan for 12 lakh rupees. Its EMI was rupees 10,000. In effect, he got a flat at the monthly expense equivalent to rent in the salary of rupees 20,000. What more could he expect? For husband-wife, this home was no less than a dream. Now Rakesh has 2 children, so he needs a bigger house. He bought 2 BHK in Rajnagar extension for rupees 30 lakh. At the same time, he sold his previous house for 26 lakh rupees. After paying all the dues of the home loan, he was left with rupees 20 lakh. Rakesh says, at first, he was not ready to buy a small house. But now due to that, he was able to buy a bigger house. In times of inflation, a small house can be beneficial. If you are staying on rent and hoping to buy a bigger house, then you can settle for a small house for now. If you are planning to buy a house for rupees 35 lakh, then after 2 years, you may have to pay 40 lakh rupees for a similar house. If your budget is low, then you can buy a small house. It will help you in many ways. Easier to buy. The biggest benefit of buying a smaller house is that you will have to take a smaller loan. Hence, EMI will also be less. This means you will not have to reduce your important expenses. If you have taken a small loan, then you can pay it soon. If you are able to pay a loan before its maturity, then you can sell it and buy a bigger house. Prices increase quickly. Property market expert Pradeep Mishra says in the last 2 years, prices of small house in Delhi and NCR have increased quickly, while in many cities, prices of big houses have fallen. This is not the case with 1 or 2 BHK. One of the old rules of the market is that the property which is being sold more times will have a higher price. There are more buyers in the small property market. Earnings from rent. If you have bought a small house, then its biggest benefit is that you can easily get tenants. You don't get a small house in good locations easily. That's why you will also get a good rent. That's the reason there is not much of a big difference between HIG and MIG houses. Cheaper maintenance. If your house is big, then your maintenance will also be higher. Maintenance of a small house is more economical. Nowadays, in the name of maintenance, security and other charges, various societies charge a lot of money. Lot of those charges depend on the size of the house. In that case, if the size of house is small, then you will have to pay less money. Income tax savings. For salaried people, a home loan is good option from a tax saving point of view. In the EMI of home loan, on the principal amount, as per section 80C, 1.5 lakh will be deducted from the taxable income. While as per section 24B, you will get a leeway in tax on the interest payment of rupees 2 lakh. The income is reduced from the annual income of the investor. Hence, you can see the benefits of a small house.